We look like sisters.
Twins. We do look alike.
You're like the smarter one, but
no, you're in school and you'll be a lawyer soon. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Then you can join the firm.
Yeah. After I've done all the damage to my reputation, then I'll be a lawyer.
Insult everyone you can in comedy first.
Yeah, I'm doing comedy first, and then I'm trying to go to law school just so I can get out of whatever trouble I get myself in.
A girl that I know from undergrad and law school, she's actually a legit comedian in New York.
And she's a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Come closer to the mic.
Okay.
I'll
tell her this is your area. The law is my land. This is Mac land. So just tell me what to do.
What was I going to say? Okay, so I'm just going to ask you some questions that maybe can help creators, okay? And maybe we can share them together. It could also help your firm. What is one thing that you wish that creators knew as they were as they're growing and as they're doing brand deals? What is one thing that you wish creators knew that you run into them, I guess, not knowing, or that problems they typically run into? It's going to be a rough edit.
That they don't see themselves as entrepreneurs and as business people. And I think that's the main thing is you are an entrepreneur, you are a business person. Mm-hmm. Take yourself seriously. So so important. Yeah. Have an LLC. Mm-hmm. Don't have your LLC be your name. Don't have it be your address either. You're already a public figure, so you're giving people all your assets pretty much, where you live. Mm-hmm. And so you're a business person. Treat yourself like a business person. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I wish creators would feel more empowered in the beginning, that they can start taking themselves seriously sooner. Mm-hmm. Because the quicker that you do all of those things, the better off you'll be in the long run when you grow and grow your business.
Mm-hmm. For me, I didn't even start to think about any of that stuff until I started making money. And I almost feel like if I had done some of that stuff before, maybe I would have started making money sooner. But it took money first, and then I was like, oh, I actually need to start protecting myself a little bit.
Yeah, because you always think that money has to make money. Mm-hmm. But these are little things, to file an LLC, it's $138.95. That's not that much, and you have to pay that every year. So, it's just about what's important to you. And I think the quicker you make that decision on what's important to you, going from there and then making little bit of sacrifices will go a long way. Mm-hmm. And I just think, too, that, this is the way of the future. Mm-hmm. Creators are everything. Before, you needed a billboard and you needed a hair, makeup, a photographer. No, we don't need locations anymore.
Those are all creators now.
Exactly. And also, we don't need a billboard. You are the billboard. You already have a loyal following. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool. And people think that, it's going to slow down. It's not going to slow down at all. Mm-hmm. You're just, it's going to get stronger, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like I told you, I'm going back to school because I want to learn the law. But I think one of the things that made me decide to want to go back was when I started to make money and realize how vulnerable I was not knowing the law and not having, that's when I, reached out to you during that whole incident that made me reach out to you. But I think it can be really overwhelming getting into this space because it really is, you're an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. But it's also, yeah, you're an entrepreneur, but it's also scary because, at least for me, because I'm a comedian, it's not as scary for me to get sued, but there still have been some times where I posted stuff online and people are like, you can't say that online. So, I don't know.
I think it's, being an entrepreneur, I only learned about entrepreneurship was when I started my own law firm, and these are the things that unless you go to school, no one tells you, mm-hmm. But the legal side of it, it is your brand as a creator. It's not just you're going to work for this company mm-hmm. and you can do whatever you want mm-hmm. and it has no lasting impact. Mm-hmm. As a creator, you are your own brand. So it's so
everything important. You do has a lasting impact.
Exactly. Yeah. And so what you put online and the rights that you give people in contracts, mm-hmm. That can have a really lasting consequences or benefits depending on how you structure a deal.
And I almost feel like as an entrepreneur, you should have probably an attorney. And so as a influencer or creator, you should also have an attorney.
Yeah, because you always, even if you have a manager or agent, like my boyfriend's an MMA fighter and he has a manager, but I still look at all of his deals because at the end of the day, your manager or agent, they're not on the hook. You know, if you don't fulfill certain obligations, who's going down? You. You know, so you want to make sure you have that person in your corner who's always in your corner, who's loyal to you.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, brands and your manager agent, and they're great and can be such a great resource, but they have their own interests. They want to make money off of you, you know, but who's has your back? And you always want to make sure that you have someone in your corner who you can trust.
Yeah. Well, good thing I trust you.
Thank you.
My mom told me the other day, she was like, just hand it to your lawyer. If you trust her, just give it to her and just pretend that you're nice.
I told
let the lawyer be the bad guy.
Exactly. And I told this to you. Let me be the bad person. Say, my lawyer's crazy. You know, have the lawyer be
I'm the crazy one. For sure.
But have the lawyer be a buffer. Yeah. Have the lawyer be the scapegoat. I mean, what else are you paying them for if not that, you know? So, I mean, working with you is such a pleasure, and I just love, especially women, you know, having like the entire protection, you know, and empowerment. It's so important because we've seen it so many times and times again. People try to bully us.
And they also try to underestimate us, but you can use it to your advantage actually if you anticipate it.
And I love being underestimated.
Me too.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I'm gonna do it in heels.
Yeah. Well, I might wear flats if I'm drinking. I might wear flats.
I think we have to go.
I think we have to go. Yeah. That was it. That's good. I just want to get you some content, you know?
Thank you. You're the best.